Alright, let's revisit my Ajax tabs. If you haven't watched the first one, you need to, because I'm not going to go over how I did the Ajax tabs, but we're going to enhance it. I got some complaints that mine isn't as advanced as others because it doesn't know what tab you're on, as in all these tabs look the same. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't load if I'm on content 2 and I click content 2. It doesn't load anything. Okay, so let's go ahead and add these advanced, and I'm using my hands to quote in the air right now. Advanced features. Okay, so the first thing is let's add an on state. Okay, so all we're gonna do for that is we're just gonna give well, first let's create some CSS for the on state. So remember our LIs, okay, have the background color. See right here, our LIs have the background color. So we're going to change the LI background color when it's on, right? So we're actually going to put the on state on the LI itself. So li.on, okay, on state for the LI. We're going to be, let's just change the background color to CCC. Okay, now we're going to say if the LI is on, let's also affect the A tag if the LI is on. And we're going to change the color of the text, so just color. And that's going to be 3s. Okay? So now if we were to give an li, say this first one, this class, it's on. Okay? That's what it's going to look like. Okay? So let's not do that for now. Okay. So now let's actually work with that on class. So when you click a tab, okay, when you click a tab, first thing you want to do is, well, let's say, okay, this is the A tag, right? So this is the A tag. And then we want to get the parent li, right? Because that's how we're affecting the on state is on the li, not the A tag. So we're going to get the parent, and we want to make sure we get the parent that's an li, parent li, and then we're going to add the class on. Okay? Now, when I click tab 1, it adds that class. Okay, now I have a problem because if I click tab 2, you see what's happening there? So what I want to do is, before I switch it to on, I want to grab all of the ones that are on and turn them to off. Okay? So, an easy way to do that is I can just say, let's grab all the tabs. So our tabs is our container. li, so now we've got all li's, and we're just going to remove class on. We don't really need to check if it has the class on. You could, but it's going to ignore it if it doesn't have it. So first we're going to remove all the classes on and then add it on, right? So tab 1 and tab 2, see, it removed it and now it added it here. Okay, so awesome. So now this is actually the next piece of this is I'm going to say, okay, if I'm on tab 3 and I come back to this page on tab 3, it should load tab 3, right? And I did a tutorial on this before, but let's just revisit it one more time. What we need to do is first we need to get the location. If I get that hash and it's content 3, that means that if I grab an ID with content 3, it's going to grab the A tag, which is like, oh, that's perfect. So we're actually going to grab an element. So we're going to create a jQuery element out of location hash. So how do you do that actually? You can't do that this way, but we can select an element that has that hash, right? So it's not an ID though, it's just the href. So we actually have to do grab an A tag with the href equal to, right, plus location.hash plus quote and the bracket. Okay, so this is a attribute selector. So it's getting anything with the href equal to that hash, right? And assuming that I'm allowed to do that, let's just console.log, maybe it'll work, that, and see if it gives me the right element. So if I click tab 3, okay, cool. So there's, see, so it gave me the right tab using that selector, which is great. So we've gotten that selector, so now what do we need to do with it? So we've gotten that A tag. Well, what we need to do with it is we need to click it. Because we don't want to write all this over again. If we click it, it's going to run through this action, which is perfect. So we are going to click. Now, I don't want this to be inside of the click, though. I want this to be outside of the click, inside the function already. So I'm actually going to put this here. Okay? So when I refresh the page, it has clicked 3, right? It has clicked 3. So if I go tab 1, and if I type in tab 3, interesting. Okay, so here's the issue, and why it does work, but it's kind of weird. So if I'm here on this tab, and I'm on tab 3, and I want to go to content 1, this hitting enter isn't going to do anything because this is a hash. I'm not going anywhere. The page is not reloading in order to make the script run. This script is running on function, right? So it's not. It only runs on the document.ready. It doesn't, and if the document doesn't reload, it's never ready, right? But if I take this, if I take this and I go to here and I change this to content 3, so the document is going to load now. Now it loads tab 3. So this is good for when you come to the page, okay? When you come to the page and it does this, or when you click an A tag, something that reloads the page, this will work on, okay? Okay, that. Now, there's one other problem, is what do you want to have happen when you go here? And you don't go to anything. Well, we really like tab 1 to load, right? So we need to do, so basically if there's no hash, okay? So we'll say if not location.hash, do that, else do that. So if not location.hash, well, if there is a location.hash, then we want to do this. If there's not, we actually want to grab this tab's A first, the first A tag, dot click. Okay? And so now if I hit that, hey, if location.hash, if not location.hash, tabs A, pound tabs A first. Okay? Now it's selected the first one. Again, selecting the first one. Okay? There's a quicker way to write this that I'm going to show you that I like a lot better. And that's in parentheses, location.hash. So that's saying if location.hash, question mark, do this, else, colon, do this. And that's just a quicker way of writing that same thing right there. Okay? Save. And now, if I go here, selects tab 1, if I type in pound content 3, again, it doesn't work because the page is already loaded, so go to a new page. Like this, I'm bookmarking this. Now, it loads tab 3. Okay, now, I had a user request about this as well, and what happens if there's jQuery inside. So let's go here, and let's go ahead and say this is title and this is hidden P. We want this to be hidden paragraph, right? So we'll say style equals display none. Okay, so now tab 3, this paragraph shouldn't be there. Hidden P style equals display none. Okay, so the paragraph is gone, and we want to do a click to this. Okay, so we're not going to do it here though. We're going to do it on here. So we're going to say, okay, let's grab pound hidden P dot click when you click title, right? So pound title, we want it when you click on title, we want a function to happen. And we want to grab hidden P, and we want to say dot slide toggle, right? So that will slide toggle. Now we have a problem. It doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? Well, at the time of this function load, these elements do not exist. So the fix is to do a live click, which is a new jQuery 1.4. There is a jQuery 1.3 plugin called Live Query that's the same thing. This says whenever this element exists, then do this function. So when I refresh, now I click, now it's slide toggling. So now I've got jQuery working on another tab. Okay. Now something that won't work with live is if I had done the hidden from here. So say I tried to make this paragraph show, right? Dot show. Again, there's no live, and so there's no action there, so it won't work, right? So you have to do the styling on this page. That's why I did the display none here. You couldn't hide here because it doesn't exist, and there's no live. These are live events, okay? So now we've got a live event click That way, when this page loads, it can work on it. And again, I have tabs that are changing. That's one of the things. See this outline here? That's really nasty. So that's actually on the A tag. So if we go here and we just say outline 0, that outline goes away, which is really nice. Okay, so there we go. Enhanced Ajax tabs.